All right. So I'm going to talk about one of my theories here, and I've got some scientific information to back up my theory. Now, I'm going to relate it to success in music because that's something that I know about and something that I've been talking about recently. But basically, this is a generalized study that refers to all forms of talent or skill or intelligence or whatever you want to call it. Now, this is a research paper which I will put the link to below, and basically it's discussing how these scientists have created a computer model with virtual agents in which they've given the virtual agents a distribution of intelligence or talent or skill, whatever you want to call it, that's based on the Gaussian curve, which is like the bell curve, and that's just a basic distribution model for how humans receive anything height, intelligence, strength, skill, whatever you want to call it, to succeed in whatever field that they're in. So then they give these agents within the model basically the skills or whatever on that curve. And they're asking the question why, if people's abilities or whatever quality that they have is distributed on a Gaussian curve, then why do we see the Pareto distribution, the 20/80 rule, when it comes to success? Why do we see that, you know, 2% of the world's population has more wealth than the bottom 80%, right? And this goes into my theory, which is a psychological theory, I guess you can say, that there's this thing that I call the winner's God. Now, the winner's God has nothing to do with God or religion or anything like that, but it's just basically the belief that people who succeed must maintain that they believe that they are in some way better than other people. You'll hear this a lot in the music field. The reason why you didn't succeed and this other person did succeed is because they're better than you. They are just objectively better than you, when the fact is that their music is pretty subjective. Now, saying that, of course, there is a base level of skill that you need to have. Obviously, you can't play basketball in the NBA if you're 5'2", or you can't be a horse jockey if you weigh 300 pounds. So, of course, there's this base level of whatever quality you need to succeed in whatever field. And in music, you can see the same thing, but there is a limit. There's an upper limit, right? Like, for instance, in a rap song, there's only so fast that you can rap and be in time because the beat is either 95 beats per minute or 140 beats per minute. And if you're rapping in double time or even quadruple time, there's only a certain amount of speed that you need to be able to reach. There's not some super speed where you're rapping 50 million beats per minute on a 140 beat per minute song. It's just not, there's no need for it. It's not possible. And so there's an upward limit, and it's in within the range of the Gaussian curve, the bell curve, that basically most people are close to or near that have the range of talent that you need, the median range of talent, right? So to make up for that and to show that, or to have the belief that people deserve more and that these other people are way better than you, right? Because no one can be a million times better than someone else, which they discuss in this article, but some people have a million times more success than other people. There's just got to be something else. And that thing that I've always talked about or believed is that the other thing is luck, right? And to me, luck is a huge component of life. Like, I guess religious people or people that are the winners, they don't want to believe in luck. They only want to believe in skill or talent because they want to believe that everything they have is what they deserve. And that in and of itself is a subjective kind of view, right? Like, for instance, if you can sing and you hit a C note, there is no super C note where it's like Celine Dion is hitting some imaginary C note that is above or better than Mary J. Blige hitting a C note. Or, it's just not possible. A C note is an objective vibration tone on the Hertz scale, and you're either hitting it or you're not. And like I said, there's people that can't hit the C note, but there are millions of people on earth that can hit the C note, right? So here, I'm not going to read the whole paper. I try to give a quick summary of it. Basically, is that it's saying that luck is one of the main factors in success, and that's what causes the Pareto distribution. Because most people would imagine that if there's like a bell curve to the distribution of talent, then there should be a bell curve to success. But what we see is the 80-20 rule, and it's popularized by people like Stefan Molyneux, who say that people that just are better, and they're just so much better than other people that they deserve everything, and other people deserve nothing because they're just not good. You get good, the whole get good thing, right? So if we look at this chart here, what this chart is actually showing is the results of their experiment with the agents that they distributed talent and money to, basically, and then they put it through a 40-year simulation of the agents, where every 6 months they would see which agents were successful and which agents weren't. And they would also introduce randomized events of either luck or unluck to the agents. And the result of the experiment was showing that, you can see right here, that the people with a mid amount of talent, the middle or the average amount of talent, I guess the median amount of talent, were actually most likely to be the most successful people. So you can see up here that these would be the people that have the most talent. These would be the people that are quote unquote the best at X category, but they are not always the people that receive the most success, the most money, or the most whatever in their field. So we can see that obviously down here, if you like I said, if you can't hit the C note, you're not going to get the success. But as long as you can hit that C note, you don't have to be the best at hitting the C note. You just have to be able to hit the C note, right? If you want to be a rapper, you don't have to be the best rapper. You just have to be able to rap on time with the beat, right? And then basically what causes these people to be more successful than these people are the randomized luck events, whether someone is lucky or unlucky, and then that causes a cascade effect, which a lot of people refer to as the Matthew effect. But you would think that the Matthew effect would be affecting these people up here, which are the most talented people, right? Because they're basically giving these people up here the highest IQ, right? In the simulation. And these people down here, they're giving the lowest IQ to. And so it's the people with the median IQ, the median talent, that are actually receiving the most success. So these people here, this is where I'm talking about the winner's God. These people here have to believe that they're better than these people, even though this is scientifically proving, because a lot of people like to make these subjective claims about, oh, this person is just better than you. They're better than you. They're definitely better than you, right? They definitely are, right? That's why Lady Gaga is on stage and you're not, because she's better than you, right? But this right here is a scientifically proven experiment. It's not my subjective opinion. And this is a peer-reviewed research paper. You can look at the link. There's tons of citations, and it's been peer-reviewed by other scientists, not just some guy on the internet saying they're better than you. They're better than you. Because everybody knows that the people that are on the radio are not the best. Everybody knows that, Spider-Man 22 is not the most original idea for a movie ever invented. Jaws 46. Freddy Krueger is coming back for the 89th time. Especially when we're talking about the arts, what we're talking about is creativity. Well, at least that's what people used to talk about. A good artist is someone that comes up with their own methods and techniques and different ways to express themselves. But this is showing that it's more about luck. Like maybe you're a poor black guy living in the ghetto when all of the A&Rs are looking to push poor black guys on everyone in society as the way of this is going to be in the new art form, right? And you just happen to be born in the hood in the 80s or 90s, and now you get to be this guy. And then somebody that might actually be way more poetic and way more creative, they're over here. They're over here. Not a lot of success, not even a lot of people in their range of abilities, but because they're not lucky, they don't get to go up here. And then the people up here, which are what a lot of people would refer to as midwits, they get the success because they happen to be at the right place at the right time. And that's what I've been saying. It's not all about your skill. You can look at that as YouTube creators. The people that were on YouTube first, they're more successful than people that join later. Is it because they're smarter, they're more talented, they're funnier, they're more charismatic? When, a bell curve looks like this. It's like a gradient curve where, basically everybody's right next to the next person next to them, right? But this is showing that only a few people get the success. And this is, again, a scientifically measured thing. And it's showing that basically your talent or your IQ level or your skill level is not the determining factor of your success. Luck is. And so because luck is, no one wants to believe in luck. No one wants to believe that chance and luck are what creates success beyond having the prerequisite basic skill for the thing. We're not saying that if you're 5'2", you're going to become a basketball player. No, we're not saying that. But what we're saying is that as long as you can hit a C note, you have just as much of a chance of hitting the C note if you can hit the C note for a couple seconds as somebody that can hit a C note for 5 minutes without taking a breath. And this is where we see where, where'd all the creativity go? Because the people that are we can distribute inequality. So people that are more creative, it's not just IQ, people that are more creative might not be the most successful in arts. People that are the most skilled at basketball might not be the most successful people at basketball, right? So that's basically all I wanted to show. I mean, I could just read this paragraph here or something where it says people with a medium high talent result to be on average more successful than people with a low to medium talent, but very often the most successful individual is a moderately gifted agent and only rarely the most talented one. The mean value of talent distribution, together with their values, are reported as vertical dash and dot lines respectively. So we can see here that basically these people are not actually better than everyone else, as some people would like to claim subjectively, but we can do because this is what we see in real life, that, you know, it's not always the most talented person or the most tall person winning basketball or getting on the NBA. It's just the people that had a cascading series of being in the right place at the right time. And the people that weren't in the right place at the right time, like, I mean, even look at these people. These people are basically exactly the same as these people, but they're not winning, right? Quote unquote. And these people are technically the best in their field, and they're also not winning. So to make the claim that, oh, Lady Gaga is just the best artist on earth and that's why she's the richest artist, it's objectively not true. So you can look at the research yourself. Again, I'm putting the link below in the video. And that's about it. Have a good day and go MGTOW.